cocktail, and how different is it from the role that you're playing in this movie? Because they both seems to be the party animal, happy-go-lucky type role. So, I mean, it just seems like that. I don't know. I'm not
Angie
sure.
looks like a party animal in this trailer.
I mean, from the trailer,
You've
it
clearly
looks.
not seen the trailer.
I have seen it.
No, I think if you had seen the both the trailers very very closely, the characters are very very different. Veronica was this wild child, party, sort of lived life on her own terms, slightly rebellish, but brought up differently, different ideologies. Angie, in that sense, is very, very different. She's a lot more. It's more inward. It's not so outwardly. Angie's someone who's more internal. She lives in her own world, in her head, and doesn't really get affected by anything around her. You know, she's sort of non-judgmental and takes things as it comes. I mean, that's largely the difference between the two characters.
I have a question for Arjun here. Hi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Arjun, tell me, like, how is it working with Deepika? Because last time also I had interviewed some actors working with her. They really praised her a lot.
So you also better praise
I
me.
also better praise you.
So tell me your experience. Does she have tantrums and how funny she is on sets?
Tell them how
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Honestly, for me to work with Deepika is a very different experience. Honestly, I know her before she became an actor. I met her when Om Shanti Om was about to release. I've known her since then. And in these 7 or 8 years, I've seen her find her space, make herself comfortable, and have a sense of belonging in our industry. And today reach where she has. I worked with her at a time where she's honed her craft very beautifully, and she's in command of what she does, and she really listens to her director. I really appreciate that one aspect about her. She has a fine understanding with Homi. I think that helps also that they worked together before this film. So for me, I never saw her as Deepika Padukone, the star. For me, she's a friend of mine who I'm getting to work with. And she never let it come across that she's such a big star, and I think that's what makes her a big star. She's an actor who's a star. She's found herself as a person also, I feel, in this profession, and that's what makes her so wonderfully talented, because she's used all her experience, she's learned from it, and with every film you've seen growth. So for me, it was very, very exciting, and life coming a full circle in a very unique way to be able to work with Deepika and share screen space with her at a very good time in both our lives. I think we both were doing a lot of work when we came together to shoot for this film. And we sort of got to take a step back and enjoy this world that Homi had given us, and it was wonderful performing with her. And I can't see you because the cameraman has come in the way. Yes.
Deepika, we see you promoting your movies in Hyderabad. So how does it feel coming to the city? And what connect do you see in the city?
I think being a South Indian itself, I think we are largely connected in terms of our language, in terms of our culture. India itself is so diverse, but I think South India somehow just connects with each other for whatever reason. Hyderabad is one of those first places that I started working in when I was a model, and I used to come here for a lot of shows. That was my first memory of Hyderabad. In fact, the first time I came to Hyderabad was when I was in the 6th standard. It's the first time that your school takes you on a trip. And we were here for 3 days, and we stayed here. They showed us the whole of Hyderabad. So that was actually the first time I came here. Then, of course, when I started working. And work is what always brings me back. Other than that, I think it's the food and the people, the warmth, And why we've brought Finding Fanny here is because we do believe that the audience here today is ready to accept a film like this, is ready to watch a film like this. And Finding Fanny is as a story is very, very relatable. I think what sets Finding Fanny apart from what one is seeing on television is because it's I think the visual palette, the way the film looks, the way he's shot it, his treatment. But otherwise, I think the story is very, very relatable, and I think everyone here will relate to the story of Finding Fanny.
I have a question here. It is for both of you. How was it sharing space with, the prolific actors there? Like Pankaj, Dimple and Nazaruddin Shah. They are prolific actors. So how was it sharing space with them, screen space with them?
I think for both of us, it's been a wonderful learning experience. But most importantly, I think when you're doing an ensemble film like this, there's no senior, junior, who's more experienced, who's not. I think it also comes from someone like Homi, where he's treating all five of us as equal. All five of us are his actors. We are his characters at that point of time. He's not giving anyone any kind of special preference or treatment. And this film needs that. It needs that kind of comfort. It needs that kind of trust amongst the actors. It needs that kind of camaraderie that we've all shared with each other. And I think the film does not belong to one person. It cannot. A film like this cannot belong to one person. And for it to be a memorable film, we all have had to work equally hard to make Finding Fanny special.
To Homi now. Why Ranveer Singh, for the cameo role?
So, thank you for listening to my answer. How nice.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Ranveer is a very good friend of ours. We were chatting about the story. He really liked the story. And he said, listen man, I'd love to be part of it in any way. It was already cast. And he said, I'll play the role of Gabo, which is a cameo. And he did it for a laugh, yeah. He did it for a laugh. And it was just, that's why he's done the film.
My question to Homi, your every movie includes Dimple Kappade in a special role. Is she a lucky charm?
No, I don't believe in any lucky charm. I believe in just the right casting for the characters. And for me, Dimple has managed to be the right casting in the 3 films. It'll be difficult to make a film without her because of the relationship we share, and she bullies me, man. She actually bullies me. So she said, the day you make a film without me, watch it. So I have to be a little careful. But no, she's also a great person to work with. She has absolutely no inhibitions. She's actually shy of the media. But as soon as you put her behind a camera, for some reason, she lights up and becomes something else. And then quietly she'll run home. And but she's so sporting and she's willing to do anything. And for these slightly flying off the handle kind of characters, she definitely fits the bill. Dimple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a makeover if you can see. It's yeah. Well, we've actually Dimple.
Half her body.
Half her body has been made over for sure. No, Dimple is.
Yes, thank you for adding that.
Dimple is wearing a prosthetic bottom in the film. It's a 20-kilo foam and gel bottom which we made, which she's, I think, carried off with quite a bit of class and dignity.
After your mother, who's next? Who's the pillar? Who's the supporting pillar?
It's a gravitas question.
Yeah, it's a very heavy question you've asked at a time like this. She's irreplaceable in that sense. I have my sister, I have my friends, I have my family, but I don't think there's a context to it in this press conference, but you can't have, that's your backbone snapped. You just have to deal with it every day, one step at a time.
I think when actors talk about whether they have a stake, whether they have some profit share, how much money they're making in the film, I think these things are irrelevant. I think it kills the creativity of an actor. No, I'm giving you a generic answer to your question. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. What is important is when you go and watch the film, you should connect with. I'm an actor. I'm not a producer. So when you go and watch the film, it's important that you connect with my character, that you enjoy the film, and you go back home with something special, a feeling of something. As actors, that's what we try to do, and I think that's the only thing that is relevant.
आप इस फिल्म से जुड़ी कोई यादगार घटना बताइए ना.
आई थिंक इस पूरी फिल्म के अंदर बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला है एंड आई थिंक वीव ऑल हैड अ ग्रेट टाइम. आई डोंट थिंक मैं एक ऐसे मोमेंट को चुन नहीं सकती, बट आई थिंक ओवरऑल इट्स जस्ट बिन वेरी वेरी मेमोरेबल. ऐसा लगा नहीं कि दैट वीव शॉट एन एंटायर फिल्म. इट वाज एक्सट्रीमली सीमलेस, एफर्टलेस. And I think that's what you want at the end of the day when you shoot a film. You just want to have a good time. And I think we've done that.
फिर भी कुछ तो होगा जो मन को छुआ होगा आपको. कुछ तो होता है ऐसा जो मन को छुआ हो, आपको ताउम्र याद रहेगा इस फिल्म से जुड़ा.
I think when we reached the end of the film, जब कभी अलविदा ना
bitter sweet feeling होती है ना, एक bitter sweet.
I think the feeling of, and I think that's actually the saddest part of an actor's life. You know, actors are like nomads. As soon as you get comfortable in a situation and you're getting used to that, your unit is your family at that point of time. And just as you're getting comfortable and you're settling in that, the film gets over and you have to move on to a new family and a new life. So that part of it is difficult. It's like you're, literally pulled out of one family and pushed into another. And of course, you get comfortable there also. But that in-between phase is a little difficult. So I would say the same, even with Finding Fanny. The time that we were all together, we had a great time. बहुत मज़ा आया. But obviously, at the end, दुख तो होता ही है.
बिल्कुल.
Further, in Telugu especially, to be precise.
When you ask me, do I have any plans? I don't think I can decide that.
No, are you keen on acting here?
Of course. I think acting is acting.
Did anyone approach you for that matter?
I have been approached in the past. When I didn't have the time to do it or when I wasn't ready to do it. But yeah, I think all actors, at the end of the day, an actor is looking to do good work. It doesn't matter what language the film is in. I keep saying, like, as actors, you watch Iranian films, you watch Japanese films, you watch French films, you don't really understand the language. But you still kind of understand because it's about feeling, it's about emotion. So at the end of the day, if there's something exciting that comes up, most definitely.
Now, who is your favorite hero? Favorite hero here?
Oh, God. Mahesh? Why did you all laugh?
Someone prompted you, right?
You think I don't know Mahesh Babu? We are represented by the same agency, by the way.
I know Mahesh Babu. I'm doing a remake of Okudu, so I definitely know Mahesh Babu.
There's a creative song which was shot in the movie. Everybody looks so short in the. So is it graphics?
Shake Your Booty.
Shake Your Booty. Yeah. Please, can you tell me something about that? Deepika is so tall,
So
but
I
you
have
showed
to
us
say,
so
I have
short
to
in
tell
that.
you how this concept came about. So my producer Dinesh and I were on a Dinu. We were on a religious trip to Tirupati, and Homie sent us a spoof. So there was this thing that was doing the rounds on the net of elves, and so there were these elves, and he had put our faces on it, and he said, "Here, this is the trailer of Finding Fanny." And Dinesh was like, "How has Homie sent you the trailer? The trailer's not even ready." So we opened it, and it was this it's this funny app where you can put your face and like it does funny things. That's how the whole concept came about. And then they decided, we anyway wanted to do a music video, and we actors didn't have the time. And I guess this was the best way of doing something, though I think it's turned out for the best. It's looking very, very different from most other music videos one has ever seen before.
I think
so
that's
tall
why it's
and you're
called.
looking so short in that. So how does it feel?
Good, yeah?
It's in a dollhouse, no? So it's almost like we are watching ourselves. I think it's a nice
Actually,
visual change.
the challenging part actually was when we were shooting it, those characters obviously were not there. They've all been added in post.
We didn't even know the song that time.
Yeah, we didn't even know the song. So to kind of react to what those dolls are doing without actually knowing what they're doing, that was quite complicated and a little difficult to do.
Arjun, can we hear that song from you?
You want me to sing? Are you sure? Matlab, they'll all leave. If you want to end the press conference, I can attempt
Yeah,
it.
no problem.
No.
You're already late.
I'm just about finding my feet where acting is concerned. Let me stick to that.
All of you together,
I've
maybe.
done
Let's
Hindi
end on
films
a
and
happy note.
now I'm doing an English film. I'll leave the singing to the more sorted people who are talented. I don't have the
Homie
ability
wants
to
to
sing.
Okay, great.
Hey, shake your booty on the floor.
See, no reaction.
So nice. Thank you.
Clap, guys, come on.
बहुत ठंडा reaction था. Because I didn't sing. Yeah, there'll be chairs thrown at me if I sing. Those camera people will throw the camera at me if I sing.
My question to Homie, you shot the film in 36 days, and how much time did you take to materialize the script?
I wrote the script long ago. I wrote the script before Cocktail, before I shot Cocktail. The script took me about 3 months to write, totally. And we shot with the actors for 36 days, but we were there for about 45 days shooting all the other stuff, the cars, the roads, the vistas and all. So yeah, but the script took 3 months.
Okay, what inspired you to make this film? It's like,
I read an article about an Italian postman who was put into jail for 11 years for not delivering letters. It was a newspaper article. He used to just take the mail, he'd go home, chuck it in the room. And he was caught after a year, and they found his whole house full of letters which had been undelivered from the floor to the ceiling. And I just thought that what if someone had written a proposal letter or something really important that would be a milestone in their lives and it never got delivered and no one ever knew. And that's where the germ of the story came from, and then I decided to put it into a village in Goa and have all these slightly crack characters around.
thank you.
You're welcome.